Welcome back, everyone, to another Ask a Pagan live stream. Tonight, we have our special guest, and Heather. They are going to be discussing with us everything that you have ever wanted to know about the process of making mead. Tonight, we are going to show you how to make mead, and then we're going to answer all of your questions. All right. Now, since I have never made mead, Blake, it's up to you to walk me through this.
It's fairly simple. Start with a natural water. Spring water would be the preferable thing, or that would work too.
What is that, apple juice?
It's Honeycrisp apple juice.
Oh, well then he would be making essentially a cider then.
Yeah, it's a cider. And what differentiates wine and a mead is that as long as 51% of the sugars is honey, it is considered a mead. If the 51% of the fermentable sugars is sugar, it's a wine.
I'm assuming I'm doing this correctly by going ahead and pouring the juice in here, right?
Yeah. You only want to fill about halfway.
It's about half the bottle.
Yeah, that's fine. The more bubbles you get in it, the better, especially at the start.
Oxygen.
And the honey, you can pour in the honey. What I would do is pour one bottle in, mix it up really well. It's going to take a little while for the honey to go all the way in there. And once you empty the bottle, you can put some of that juice in the honey bottle and shake it up really good to get the rest of the honey out.
All right. And I'm using about, 3.5 pounds of honey per gallon of juice, yeah?
Per gallon of mead. Yeah.
That's a 64-ounce bottle, right?
32-ounce bottle of honey. 2 pounds. All right. So why don't you tell us a little bit about mead making while we wait for all this honey to drain out of here?
Okay, well, as a lot of people have suggested and thought about, that Vikings, of course, started the whole mead making process, but was actually further back than that. The Egyptians have been shown to make mead. Mead was more or less a accidental process of honey collecting, because when they were storing the mead or storing the honey, I guess rainwater or some kind of water ended up getting mixed into the container that it was stored in and started to ferment. It wasn't until quite a long time from there that they figured out what was causing it, and they were using sticks to stir it and adding tree bark, various grains, grass, flowers, anything that they could find to flavor it or even get it started to ferment. And as time goes on, the sticks that they used to stir it would actually have yeast collect onto that stick. And as they started, each new batch would collect new strains of yeast, also using the old strains of yeast that they already had used. So it was, they thought it was magic, but it was more or less just them accidentally figuring out how to make alcohol.
All right, so 2 pounds of honey is in there. Should I put the rest?
Shake it up really good first.
All right.
Yeah,
You're gonna have pressure behind that.
It's gonna take a while. It's gonna take a while.
I knew I was going to make a mess. That's why I got paper towels close to hand.
You gotta put the bong in there and cover the bong hole with your thumb.
No. Come on, there you go. Yep. And then put your thumb over it, and then shake the hound out of it. But when you go to lift your finger off of it, make sure that you're careful because it'll spray you.
You can also get a workout making mead.
I feel like I would be better off having like a drill that's got like a little flail on the end.
They have an attachment for that.
Yep.
Good way to check if you got all the mead mixed in or the honey mixed in is to turn it upside down and see if the honey it drips off the bottom. Completely upside down. You see any honey dripping?
Well, there's doesn't appear to be any honey on the bottom there. So.
Then you're mixed in good.
Well, you're good.
All right.
Now that was 2 pounds. And also, you can pretty much guess,
You can't put the bung out.
or not really guess, but have a good figure of numbers. You got it there?
No.
He pushed that. He hounded that thing in there. Rebel. You can't
Yeah.
do
All right.
And a good way to figure out what your gravity is as far as starting a batch is that water in itself, or pretty much water in itself is at 1.000, which means there's no sugars in it. The juice that you have will range from 30 points of sugar to 45.
Yeah.
And honey itself actually ranges from 32 points of sugar to 35 points of sugar, depending on what flowers it came from.
I believe this is orange blossom honey.
I normally go with around 32, 33 points, just more or less a safe range.
All right.
He's being needy.
So let's see. Let's see what. 32. 32
Starting gravity of 1.04 or 64.
plus. I'd say the gravity for the juice would be around 45. So with what you're using and the amount of honey you have, you're looking roughly around 1.109 gravity.
Okay.
The amount of sugar that you would have. It could be 20 points less or 20 points more. It depends on the juice. What kind of yeast you got?
Red Star.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
That's one that'll power through that real quick.
He's gonna eat through that like nothing.
Thankfully,
What?
also this
What is that?
yeast nutrient.
Oh, okay.
Oh. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. 1 teaspoon per gallon.
I don't use that. I pretty much stay away from any kind of nutrient or additives. I'll go straight up yeast and honey and water and fruit.
So should I not use the yeast nutrient then?
It's completely up to you.
It's all in the person who's making it. If you want to try it without it first and see how it does, and then try it again on another batch to just see which one you like the most. I mean, it's all a preference of a person who's making it.
All right.
Now, I have people who swear by yeast nutrients. I have people who say they stay away from it. I'm one of the ones that stays away from it. I mean, it's not going to harm anything. It'll help it.
All right. Got some more juice. Pour it in.
Go ahead and pour the rest of it in.
Yep, go ahead.
I'm gonna say yes, y'all.
Yes.
Yep.
That's
He's got a lot of headspace. Do you get in the water?
Good.
You can if you want to.
Where are you at? Oh. Could we get a clip of Hugh shaking his bottle, please and thanks?
all right. There we go. All the honey is in the mead, all the juice is in there.
Now, what you can do is, if you want to, get some bottled water and fill up that little bit of headspace that you still have. Because you want it to have as little headspace as possible, but you want to have enough to allow bubbles to form.
And then Hugh just disappears. So how is mead priced? I think it's just pretty much a preference of the person. It all depends on the cost that you have going in it too, and how much volume that you get from it as well.
Now, price-wise, you could make a basic honey, and people ask for maybe at the most $10.
He's gonna have headphones.
That should be
All
fine.
right.
That's good there.
All right.
Is it based on the brand ingredients? Is the way mead is the way it's made? Isaiah says, is it based on brand ingredients the way it's made?
Some of them do it that way. Depending on the price of the honey, they'll price it, the mead, up or down. The more expensive the honey, the more expensive the mead you'll get.
Yeah.
All right. So now that this is all mixed up, we got it all filled up. What's my next step?
Shake the hound out of it again.
Shake it some more.
Shake it some more.
Shake it some more. The more that you shake and oxidize it, I can't say it right. You put oxygen in it, the better off it's going to be when it starts.
I feel like I need a paint shaker.
Feel like what?
One of those paint shaking machines that have
Oh,
the
the paint shakers.
That would actually come in handy.
Put that on your to get list for when you get your own meadery.
Right.
Paint shaker.
Yep. 5-gallon paint shaker.
Mm-hmm. All right.
And if the honey does, some honey might settle to the bottom, which is fine. The yeast will actually get down to it and eat it anyway.
Hold on, I don't understand what Isaiah's asking. Is a mead shake weight? Isaiah, is a mead shake weight?
For workout.
He's making a joke about the old shake weights, you know. He used to order the weight.
Got you, the shake weights. All right, weights.
All right.
Yeah, at this point, you can put in half the packet of yeast
Half the-
and add your yeast nutrient if you wanted to.
We can't advertise on there.
I thought of everything I needed.
Except-
Yeah, I normally go with the route of half a packet for 3 gallons and less, and a full packet for 3 gallons and more.
And he's using some powerful stuff.
All right, so I used about maybe just a little less than half.
Yeah,
There we go. It's about half, maybe a little less.
now with that yeast, that one is more than likely going to eat through everything that you have in there. Which is fine. It's perfectly fine. After about a month, you can add some more honey to it and let it sit for another month and see if it eats that sugar. If it does, just keep adding honey until it gets to the point where it can't eat no more sugar.
But you gotta test the gravity.
Yeah, you can. You also got to test the gravity each time you do that to make sure that it
Doesn't move.
doesn't move.
All right. A little bit of this nutrient in. Good.
Now shake it some more.
That's the shaking.
You didn't know you were gonna get a workout tonight.
I was prepared. I took it easy at work specifically so that I wasn't worn out before I did all this.
Don't be afraid to get upside down with it.
It just spit on me.
Yeah, it spits a lot.
This over here.
All right, then at this point, you can put your airlock in, and
At this point, if he has his hydrometer, he needs to test the gravity of it.
Yeah.
Then write it down. That way he knows the starting gravity.
oh yeah, he does have one.
Oh, he does have one. Look at him go. Oh! Oh, does he have a, what else he got there?
He got everything.
Oh, look at it. Careful.
Those things are very fragile.
Yes, I know. I broke one. Little beads
Yeah.
went everywhere. He is
I'm gonna
neat.
be very carefully setting that aside. All right. Now, how much do I want to pour in here?
Hold yours up and show him.
It's 250 milliliters.
All right, look.
How many?
250.
I got 300. Okay. So go to about 200.
All right.
He's got 250.
Yeah, about that much stuff.
Okay. He's gonna have so much foam.
Now, the foam's gonna probably make it hard to read.
Yeah. Show me your turkey baster. You.
This little guy will come in handy.
He didn't see you.
Get myself a turkey baster.
Yep.
Yes.
I don't have a turkey baster.
Actually, he needs to go a little higher.
Yeah, go a little bit more.
Put some more in there. You're not gonna be able to see what it says on there.
You might want to get a spoon and spoon out the foam.
It would make it easy.
All right. I'll do that. Give me one moment. Boom.
Oh gosh.
You gotta go over this thing.
Smaller spoon. It fit.
Now, the tricky part of reading this hydrometer is that the water will go up the stem of it. What you have to do is read that part where it's at the top of the water level, and then go down to where the water level is level with the rest of it. The numbers you want to look at are the numbers that start with 1.000.
Alright. So
He's running this area here.
Can't see it.
it's right above, right below 1.160.
1.160, so 11.6. Yeah, 1160. Right here.
No, he's at. So you're at 1.060.
Yes.
Ask him what color are they in.
That's different than mine.
Oh,
Okay. That doesn't seem right.
I can't see it.
You said it was 2 pounds?
Put about 4 almost, a little less than 4, about 3.5 or so.
Okay.
He's about 2 pounds. Did I put too much money in there?
No, I'm just trying to look at mine and get a gauge on
Where yours is
you're
at. See, actually, his is the same as ours.
Just about. Is it past 1.100 or is it above it?
1.100.
I have 1.00.
Yeah, that's at the top. That's no sugars at all.
That's dry.
It's at about 1.16.
1.16. Okay. That yeast should eat through most of that, and you'll probably end up being at roughly around 1.010, because that's a champagne yeast, and they're known for being super dry.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Which is no biggie. You can always back sweeten it.
Probably will. I don't like dry liquor.
No.
And from there, you can pour that back into the bottle and put the stopper in. Oh, and write it down. Make sure you write that down.
I shall write that in my notebook momentarily.
More air. Yeah.
All right. So now I'm assuming we.
Do you have your bond?
Yep. Even then, you put your airlock inside that.
Oh, he's gonna put stuff in it.
You have some kind of a
Vodka?
cheap vodka put in there.
No,
Okay.
I was unaware that I thought I used water.
You
you can use
can.
You can.
Vodka is just kills everything that if it decides to come in contact with anything. That's all.
Well, I'll pick up a cheap bottle of a little shot of vodka or something for a bucket.
We keep it in our cabinet
Okay.
over here.
Not too much.
None. I was trying to figure out because Isaiah had asked a question. I tried to link the Instagram site on there, but you can't even see it where I tried.
I almost feel like I should have put some Vaseline on this.
Yeah, it's not when they're brand new, they're not easy to use. That's for sure.
Yeah, the turn and push method works really well.
Or he's rocking it.
And you don't have to go all the way
I'm
through
like
the
making
bottom.
the faces for him as he's doing this.
Good. Not all the way at the bottom.
You don't have to go all the way through the bottom. Just at least get it halfway in.
Oh yeah, it's definitely at least halfway in.
You may want to dry it off.
Isn't it dry?
And dry the inside of the bottle.
I require a new paper towel.
Is it one word or two words?
What?
On Instagram.
One.
One word?
I believe so.
I'm just making sure. Sir? Okay.
All right.
Really? You gotta move, son. Oh, my foot. He just stomped on me. Okay.
All right.
If it keeps pushing itself back up, you can get a rubber band and loop it around the finger hole and the top part of the.
Show it. Pull it out. Show it.
Oh.
You have one here.
I have one here. So you can loop the rubber band around through here, the bottom part, and loop it on this side of the airlock, so that way it pulls it into the bottle.
Okay. I'll have to find a rubber band. I got one around here somewhere.
Normally, I don't have an issue with the rubber ones.
No, we just have an issue using berries and everything exploding and blowing everywhere.
But for right now, you can just put it on there, and if it happens to pop up, just let it be right next for there.
All right.
But that looks like a silicone one. Is that a silicone one?
I have no idea.
Is it white?
It is.
That's a silicone one. Yeah, rubber ones normally stick better to the bottles than the silicone.
Show him your airlock. It's different.
And
he's got the bump. This is ours.
We got the S-shaped airlocks.
Fancy one.
Well, it gives you it tells you on the side here the max to where you fill it up, and it goes over here, and the CO2 runs through and comes out. Just
your version works just as good.
Yeah, there's no difference. People use balloons, which when we first started with what we did, I don't recommend it. Spend an extra $1 or $2 and get you an airlock.
Like this entire setup might cost you like $3.
Yeah.
All right. There's actually a store not far from here that sells brewing stuff. Everything you could ever want for brewing.
Perfect.
We have one down the road from us where we get our yeast from and all of our other stuff. Another thing that you might want to get is sanitizer. Do we have that over there in the thing?
No idea what that is.
Hold on, I'll go get it.
Yeah, once you start reusing bottles and stuff like that, you'll want to get some sanitizer.
Oh, that's the brew safe sanitizer stuff.
Yes. The one I use is called a one-step no rinse sanitizer. I found it at my
our local wine maker store. It's called Great Expectations.
Yeah,
if you guys send me a message later through the Discord with like the name brands for the sterilizer you use and stuff, I can throw up some links to where people can find it on Amazon.
I don't think they have. I don't know. I don't know if they have a name brand for that one. The other one that people use is it's called Star Sand.
Yeah, Star Sand's another good one.
Yeah, it comes in a bottle.
A little more expensive.
Yeah.
Like it's like a little bottle that's probably about this big, but it's like $30.
Ooh,
Yeah.
that's expensive. Little bottle.
You didn't bring out the little squish thing when you sanitize the bottles, kind of showing how you bottle it, or was that when you're going to do another video on that part? The sanitizer bottle. We bring the clear bottles in to sanitize them before we bottle up.
Oh.
And the corker.
Yeah,
that's a whole other thing.
That helps clean the. That helps clean this thing.
Yeah.
Yes.
And for the hard to reach ones, you're going to want to find another one that's longer if you can find them. And a lot of your, like where we go get our stuff at, the little bottle scrubby thing that you just had, a lot of the time you'll get some stuff, if you use like a lot of berries and stuff like that, fruits, you'll get them in the bottle to clean them. So those makes the bottle cleaning a lot easier.
All right. I'll have to look into getting a longer handled one then.
Yeah, your brew store should have one that's made out of metal. That way you can bend it to get around
the outer edge of it.
Around this part, because as your brew's going, there's going to be a line that goes around the entire thing. It's called a Corson line. And if you see that, that's perfectly fine. It is actually good. That means that your brew is healthy. The only problem is that it can be stubborn and hard to scrub off, even though it is a good thing to have. So the cleaning wands that you can bend that are metal, definitely want to get one.
Try and find one.
And if you plan, just I don't know if you yourself personally plan on making a bunch of mead, but buying the honey like you just bought it can be very pricey.
I personally don't plan on being a massive mead producer. This mead is end up being used purely for offerings.
Gotcha.
So, and possibly to drink a little bit this summer.
Well,
I got you a bottle for sure.
Yeah, we got you hooked up.
Yep. The trip at the end of the month is going to be quite some fun with y'all bringing mead.
With that, I'm planning on bringing you some extra goodies. I'm making some apple butter and some pumpkin butter and some homemade biscuits.
Oh.
Even though I can't have them, I still make all the bad stuff. I got 2 50-pound boxes of Fiji apples. I'm supposed to start making apple butter and apple pie applesauce.
Yeah, we'll be eating good on that camping trip.
Yep.
All right. So I guess at this point we're going to go ahead and open it up to questions from the audience. If anybody has any questions about making mead, now is your time to ask.
Yeah. Ask away.
He is up under my arm. We have a puppy. He just turned a year old, and he is under my arm and just kind of drooling everywhere.
Yeah, I'm not sure where my dog ran off to.
How much does it cost to make cheap mead? If you do honey, water, yeast with no flavoring, it's the cost of the honey.
Yeah.
And just the yeast. No more than what, 15, 20 bucks?
I mean, you can make a yeast.
A mead in this. You don't have to have the glass jar.
Yeah.
That's how we first started ours. We did 3 different ones of these.
And this is spring water.
Got the glass jar and everything so that I could have the fancy stuff for this.
Yeah. But you can literally make them in the gallon jug itself.
So this is about $1. Let's say about 3. Your honey that you had, I think I've seen it go for what,
$7, $8, a 2-pound
I
bottle
think I paid like
jug.
for the Nate's natural raw and unfiltered honey. I think I paid about $5 or $6 for a 2-pound bottle.
Yeah.
Oh, show them your yeast that you use.
Oh.
So this is the yeast that we use. It's the Lavin's. Was it 11? Oh, the KIV 1116. That's the one that we use religiously.
All right.
This one works really well with fruits. It'll leave fruit flavors in there.
It don't eat up the fruits or anything.
It goes from it can go up to 15% is the tolerance for it, but I've got it up to 22.
We decided we were going to make a gingerbread coffee mead one time. And we did give me that one. We did just a quart size starter of it. And when we decided to taste it, when it was done, I was like, that stuff is disgusting, throw it out. I don't like it. So we decided to jar it up, put an airlock on it for a while, let it sit. We closed it up. About 6 months later, we tasted it again. It started to mellow out. About a year later, after it had set and just did its thing, it is the best thing since sliced bread. I'm telling you. It is amazing. So time is for things like this. What fruit flavors do you recommend for beginners? Oh.
What defines good mead? Your taste. It's all personal preference as to what a good mead tastes like.
I don't like dry. He don't mind dry. I like more fruity. That's just me.
It really does depend on the person drinking it. I mean, you can go to a mead competition and you could have the best tasting mead that you've ever made and it won't win.
It's just personal preferences, basically.
And as far as flavors for recommended beginners, I would start with something like apple, pear, hard fruits that don't like turn to mush.
Don't use bananas.
Yeah.
Use bananas.
Bananas are pretty much rocket fuel.
Don't use bananas. And if you make a mixed berry, make sure you have a blow off too, or your whole roof is going to be plastered with berries.
Yeah. They're real different.
I was like speaking from experience.
I have. You can pull the bottles of meadery that we have over here.
Yeah. Cable.
I see it.
Yeah, there is a difference between home brews and meadery operations. What a lot of them don't talk about is what they do with blending their meads. And what that means is that they take the first batch of mead and they make a new batch of mead, and they take part of the first batch and mix it within the second batch. That way they have a consistent flavor profile and just a consistency. Home brews, you can make one batch and make another batch the exact same way, like I did.
It won't taste the same.
One of them won't taste exactly the same as the other one.
Mm-mm. It's almost like cooking something, and you get it to taste right the first time, and then try to remake it a week later, and it does not come out the same, no matter what you do the same way. It's the same thing.
So that's the reason why a lot of meadery operations have a consistent flavor profile, is because they're blending their previous batch with new batches and creating that same flavor profile over and over and over again.
There's 3 different brands we have here as far as store-bought meats. Whoa, what happened?
I don't know.
I'll put you guys on a solo layout.
Oh, all of a sudden it flew up and I was like, what happened?
I thought we.
No, focus all on you guys right now.
Oh, okay. So
You have the show.
This one we haven't tried those.
no, we haven't tried these. So That one was the one we got from one of our local just discount beverage stores that sells alcohol.
This company is probably one of the best companies I've tried, and they have various different ones.
That one is a Nordic honey and hops with sour apple juice and added cinnamon to it.
Yeah, they add hops into theirs. As far as I can tell, they do blending, but they're actually making real mead compared to some companies that actually just make a wine and add honey to it and call it mead, which is not mead.
No. So Isaiah wants to know what's the difference between wine and mead. I'm more the wine maker. He's more the mead maker. When I make mine, I just use sugar, just plain white granulated sugar to make my wine. I don't use honey. So for me, that's the difference as far as that goes. It also with the percentage of what sugars for that.
You can have honey and sugar in a brew, but as long as it's 51% honey, it is a mead.
Yeah.
If it's 51% white sugar, then it's a wine. And that is how they classify the difference.
There is also, this one here is the one I picked up. It's a crafted artisan mead. It's an upside down pineapple cake. It's made with pineapple and added spices. This one here. We haven't been able to try any of these just yet. This one is a same company. It's a peanut butter banana Foster's Forever. It's a peanut butter, bananas, and spices with this one.
Didn't you just recommend not to do bananas?
The what?
Didn't you just recommend not to use bananas?
They do they give good flavors.
They do give good flavors, but they are a pain in the ass to filter out.
Look at the one that's on the floor and then the show.
Oh, which one?
You'll see it.
Oh, I'll see it. Okay.
Just the one up front on the floor.
Oh, okay. Oh, the one that we haven't filtered out yet?
This.
Oh, gotcha.
I'll show you a reason why bananas are so hard. That banana strawberry, though, does taste really good.
But I'm excited to try the different flavors that you made.
Did you spin it?
No, I didn't touch it. I just picked it up. That was it.
Okay.
Didn't spin it. Didn't do nothing. Just straight up. Okay. Turn it.
This is banana.
This is banana here.
Okay.
They soak up all of that?
Yeah, this was
our 5-gallon batch. That we did?
this is out of the 5-gallon batch. This was what I ended up pulling off after siphoning it. There was more in the bucket after this.
That's the first time I heard Dad give out that.
Um, there's a question there, and I'll let you answer that one because that's not on me. There you go.
Oh, okay. What are some ways you can quicken the fermentation process?
They're just time. I mean, we don't rush anything.
We don't really rush anything. There are nutrients that he has that can help speed it up. There are yeast holes that help speed it up. Which yeast holes is actually dead yeast that you can actually make yourself at home by taking your yeast, putting it in a pot of water, mixing it up, and then turning it on and boiling the yeast. And then once you boil the yeast for about 15 minutes, turn it off, and then dehydrate it. And now you have yeast holes, which is also yeast nutrient. Fruits actually help make it go faster as well. Just be careful with bananas and berries because it acts like rocket fuel. What are some ways to As far as like starting up a business, it's actually pretty pricey. Just the application to get the licenses required is about $1,000 just for the application alone, and then the license itself can range from $10,000 to $50,000 and up, depending on the state.
There was also the last one. It's called Open Thunder Warhammer. It's also a artisan mead. This one is a apple with blueberry. This one here. So these are the ones that I picked up one night while I was working, and I brought home to him, and we still have not been able to try them. So,
But
I don't have brands. It's just what we make that I don't like any of those. That's my preference. You made it, baby. I don't.
there's a couple bottles back.
Okay, I'm good. But you just talk.
In the box of empty bottles back there.
I like the apple cinnamon we made.
Yeah.
The traditional.
I've been making an apple cinnamon, green apple and cinnamon mead for the past 4 years now. It's going on 4 years. I've gotten pretty much down to gotten it down really good, and that's one of my favorites. I make it every year. There's that one, and there's okay. This one is definitely a good one. I recommend getting. And it's focus. Focus.
There you go.
Yeah, that company makes really good meat. I can't recommend them enough, to be honest. Okay.
This one was some.
A Vikings blood one that they have that's got hops and like type excuse in it. I'm not a fan of hops, but I thought it was pretty good.
Yeah, that's definitely another favorite. I thought I had a bottle of it, but I guess not.
I'm just not a big coffee person.
And you can add hops to it. You can add grains like they do in beer. Because essentially what they made back then was typically a ale with honey. Because they added grains, they added tree bark, they added who knows what to it. So essentially it's not really what we just made there, but it is close to it as you can get.
All right. I'm actually trying to recreate an authentic Viking mead.
Yeah, that's one of those things I wanted to do, but I'm kind of scared to do it considering what it takes to do.
I think it'd be worthwhile trying.
What is it?
If you ever get yourself your mead business, you can sell small batches of authentic, historic Viking mead.
Yeah, I've seen people go the authentic route with using twigs and leaves and flowers and stuff. Haven't really seen any of the outcome. I don't think it came out really well because it's a wild ferment. It basically takes yeast from the plants and uses that to make it ferment.
They want to know what are some of our flavors. Yeah. That we make. Okay. Oh, favorite. My bad. I read it wrong. Cute. It's your first time making it.
Ever making mead. I have never made it before. And yes, I didn't really in order to walk me through this because I had no idea what the hell I was doing.
Well, I'm glad I was part of the first kickoff of Hugh's Mead.
Well, this is the first gallon of Raven's Eye mead, we should say.
Yeah, there we go.
There you go.
Maybe we can get
We'll have
together and
to,
come up with a recipe.
The only thing that would might make it a little difference is if you actually got some Honeycrisp apples.
That would be nice. Maybe for the second, we can do this again for the second fermentation and explain that whole process to people and
Okay.
put some honey apples in it.
Yep.
That might turn out pretty good.
Yes, indeed.
Well, yeah, we should. I should send you some of the pictures of our blueberry extravaganza. The berry ferments. They're ridiculous. Like they went everywhere.
If you've ever
Everywhere.
You can drop them in the Brewers Base channel on the Discord. So
It's
everyone can
ridiculous.
if you ever seen any of those pictures and memes of the berries and stuff shooting up into the ceiling, that happens.
Yeah.
It does.
Well, I can honestly say, as long as this doesn't turn out to taste like Odin's ass mead, I think we'll be okay.
Does it taste like what?
So, in the story of when Odin stole the mead of poetry and he was singing, he let one rip and expelled a large amount of mead out his ass. And, that mead that fell to earth is supposedly the source of all bad poetry.
Got you.
So when someone's reading a poem and it's bad, you can say they drank Odin's ass mead.
Yep.
Alrighty then.
Raven Eye Meader. It does sound have a nice
Yes,
ring
it
to
does have a nice ring to it.
Yes, it does. Who knows? Maybe the Kindred will do that one day. We can make ceremonial mead.
Yeah.
Definitely can.
And wine's just as easy to make.
Anybody got any other last minute questions? Going once? Going twice? Going 3 times? All right. Well, I want to thank you all very much for coming and checking out this live stream. Blake, Heather, really appreciate you guys carving out a portion of your night to host this with me and teach me how to make mead. Now, we did hit 100 subscribers. Yay!
Yep.
I had a friend of mine who joined in today. She was 101.
Nice. Well, because we have officially hit 100 subscribers, we are now going to announce the first book giveaway that we are doing. We will be giving away a copy of Jackson Crawford's Wanderer's Havamal. Actually, give me one moment and I will grab a copy to show everybody.
I'm looking down here like it's so far behind.
All right, folks. So this is the Wanderer's Havamal. This is a book that we will be giving away. It is a translation of the Havamal by Jackson Crawford, and not only does it contain the English translation, it contains the original Old Norse, plus lots of notes from when Jackson Crawford was translating it, explaining why he chose certain words in certain translations. In order to enter these giveaway, all you have to do is subscribe to the YouTube, follow us on Instagram, take a screenshot showing that you are subscribed and following, and post it to our Discord. Your name will be automatically entered into win this book, and all Patreon supporters get 1 week extra entry. So once again, I want to say thank you everybody for joining us. And until I see you all again, remember, there is no one true way. Have a good night, folks.
Have a good one.
Bye.